I'm going to be going over some kicking techniques and basic kicking techniques. And one of the things that I stress when I teach is flexibility. Because once you get your body out of the way, then your imagination can carry you the rest of the way. Your mind can do anything with what you want. Any type of kick that you see, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just once you get your body out of the way, then your mind takes over and you just do whatever it is you want to. One of the things that I emphasize in kick is bringing your knee up. You should be able to kick any kick by how you bring your knee up. It shouldn't identify what it is that you're doing. It shouldn't make any difference. If I bring my knee up like a front kick, like this, I should still be able to throw a side kick. That's it. It doesn't matter. Whichever way I bring it up, boom, it should go. Now, from here we're going to go over front snap kick. And there's many ways to throw front snap kick. Some people have ways of shoveling their front catch snap kick up in there. And one that I prefer is pulling my knee up, going up under the guard, and throwing it the front snap kick like so. Now that's one front snap kick where it is actually a snap kick. Now there's a thrust front snap kick, is where the knee comes up and then goes out in this type of motion. I like to throw that front snap kick to the face. To pull the knee up and then shove it straight at the target. Also, I'm bringing a roundhouse kick up the same way. Now, when I was taught roundhouse kicking, one of the things that I was talking about is how you bring your knee up is what's important. Whether it's from the front foot or the back foot. Boom. Everything should happen simple. Everything should come up the same way. No matter how you kick, it should look the same. How you bring your knee up. You should not be able to identify what kick you do. Now, the one kick that I was talking about, which was the thrust kick, the one that I said that I like to throw high, is because it comes here and then extend to the face. That's one use that I found for that. But mostly I like this front snap kick that comes up from here. Boom. Now, the roundhouse kick that I was talking about earlier also, which foot comes up the same way. And just turn this way. Is knees coming up to the right, to the opposite side of the face. This is knees coming up, foot's extended, ankle is straight. Like so. Now, so one thing that I did with this kick is I started bringing it more up the middle here and bringing the roundhouse kick where it's not even a roundhouse kick anymore. It's coming here and straight. It's just jabbing straight at the face, this way. So, and I'm kicking with the ball of my foot going straight at the face. That's another use for that type of roundhouse kick. Now the other roundhouse kick that we came up with, just to keep the same position, is a roundhouse kick that comes up and goes at this, like this. Like this is the knee, comes over, and that's how it lands. This is the foot, where the foot goes and extends through the guard. This kick, a lot of waist motion in the kick. Down into the face. Again. Again. Down. Into it, turn on the side. That. Again. Down into the guard. That's roundhouse kick. And I'm throwing them in the air so you can get a look at them. First, roundhouse kick. The second roundhouse kick that goes a little bit straighter instead of more round. More straight. So it's almost like a side kick almost, but only with the ball of your foot. And then, of course, the roundhouse kick that dips down inside the guard. Now, what we have is side kick. There are many different ways to throw side kick, just like there's many ways to throw roundhouse. But let's go back to roundhouse kick just for a second. Right. Throwing a roundhouse kick like this, because of the situation where you're not pivoting, where your body does break. Your body does break and it does bend over. There's nothing wrong with it, because every situation may call for something different. When you need to be in a small area, you don't have as much room to open up. So, you may be just this close. Just enough to pick your foot up and roundhouse kick to the face. I'm here. Just enough from here. Just enough to throw a roundhouse kick, a short roundhouse kick. Same thing with side kicks, same thing with front kicks. Whatever the situation, however the situation presents itself. I mean, now we have side kick. A lot of people bring their side kicks up different ways. I showed you in the beginning. You can throw a side kick from bringing your knee up, just like a front snap kick. Just like a front snap kick. Because actually what your foot is doing, it's turning over like a punch. It's going just like a punch. Even though I'm throwing a side kick like this, it's turning over at the last minute like a punch. But a lot of times when I bring my side kick up, I don't stop here. Because that gives an indication of what you're throwing. I go straight to this position. And the momentum keeps on going. The momentum is here. I'm using my waist. Same thing. Waist. One motion. Waist, your hip, you pivot your body. And one thing that you notice about these kicks when they're online, the hip, heel, and the head are on the same line. Because anytime anything goes offline, you lose power. That's ultimately what happens. You lose power. So when I throw that side kick, and I bring my leg up like so, as soon as I bring my leg up, hip, heel, and head on the same line. Here, here, and here on that same line. So when it comes up, tussle. 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 Same way this way. Tussle. As soon as my leg comes up, hip, heel, and head, same, boom, same place. Like so. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it in the air. Thank you, sir. Tussle. 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 Okay? And this uses, when my leg comes up here, I'm going against this. And boom, then the kick goes out. Boom, and it's out. All one motion. If I'm this close. If I'm lucky enough where that I can get full out, like maybe I go here, he reacts to it, then I get the entire side kick out online. Okay, now next kick. Those are like your three basics. Now we're going to do what I call the crowd pleasers. Your inside, outside kick, your ass kick. I don't do too much faking anymore, but I do misdirection with kicks, where that I don't throw the hook round. Because I only seen one person throw a hook roundhouse kick that actually could use it. And that was my brother, where he hooked the guy in the chin and then roundhouse kicked him in the chin before he fell. Other than that, this thing that they do this, that's all that is. So I don't practice stuff like that. Okay, now, what I do is I'll come up one side of the body and then change directions. Why don't you hold your hand here? Because I'm going to open it up because I'm going to see my hand. I'm going to come up this side of the body, all the way up this side of the body, and then change directions. Right in the air. Here. Over. That gets the person's attention all the way over here, and then it gives me enough if I put it online and throw my toes back, then I can get all my power in it. Even though it's a flip, my foot is still going here. Then I can stick it and make it count. Okay? Same thing, up this side. Then, same thing, you stick it, up, boom! Stick it right through the guard. With power, because now I have everything online. looks like from the front view. Notice I switch back from leg to leg. I never want to do anything uneven. You never want to be uneven. You don't never want to have a favorite side. Because I had a favorite side years ago and somebody trained to my favorite side. It couldn't beat nobody but me. You know. Because all they did was sit there and look at the film, look at the tape, look at the tape. And they really had tape back then. It was like Super 8 back in the day, the 70s. Kid came in there, beat me and lost to everybody else. You know, that was kind of funny, but now we have inside and outside kick. Anaso Pakuro Chai. You have many ways to do this. This way, like an axe kick, and the other one is where you come up and you cut straight across. We usually call that a front wheel kick, where it came from here up the same way like a roundhouse kick would go, but it doesn't change directions and it just simply cuts across. Cut straight across the face. At the point of impact, I hit that line. That's where all my power is. Everything is lined up. Everything comes up. Boom. Cut straight across. This is what it looks like from the front view. Me and Grandmaster Staples were discussing this kick. He said that was his crowd pleaser back in the day. Same thing. A little bit slower. Cutting across. Here. Straight across. You can bend your leg and stomp it out if you want to. I might bring the leg up here. Just like I bring up every other kick, my leg comes up here and it goes, and I stomp it out. Boom. Here, boom, and cut it across. Usually at the face. Put your heel very hard. Quick, and it's good for, it's good for kicking the guard down. Because I'm coming here and I'm stomping it out and cutting it across. You gotta have a pretty strong arm, especially if you know that if that's coming or not, whether or not that's going to work. So, thank you, sir. These are the different variations. Inside to outside, that comes straight, it comes like so. High axe kick. Different uses, different situations. You can also turn these into hook kicks. But the reason why I practice them the long way is because if you practice them the long, formal way, it's easier for you to do the modifications. If you practice the modification, then all you got is the modification. You don't have, that's it, that's where it stops at. That's why the way our side kick is set up, if you practice the side kick the way our side kicks that we throw, you get that right, you pretty much can look at anything and copy it, and adapt it, and have it work for whatever situation you deem fit. You know, just everybody has a different style, different way of figuring out things and how to use it. Now, next kick is back spinning kick. Back wheel kick. There's a couple ways to throw that too. Well, a couple ways that I do it, but now we're working on back spinning wheel kick. There's a couple ways to throw that one. With that one, you can throw it where it's almost like a spinning axe kick. This is what it looks like from the side. Okay. Or you can throw it like a back pivot kick where you actually cut the circle smaller for expedience sake. And when you throw it, that means you're spinning, but instead of going way out here with it, you're making the circle smaller. And this is what it looks like. I'm just going to cut the circle a little slopes. And all I did was shove it back in a smaller circle, like so. And I'm stabbing it out as I go out. Now, the big way to do it is where you do a big circle. This is the way I practice the kick. I don't do the small circle or the one that goes up and down, the one that looks like a spinning inside outside kick, because that, of course, is what you end up with, and that's all you'll have. If you throw it the big formal way, it develops the muscles which allows you to just let your mind do what you want to do. Because like I said in the beginning, once you get your body out of the way, then your mind can do what you want it to do. You can do anything with your body what you want it to do. Once you get it out of the way, that's not an obstacle anymore. Now it's your mind. And ends up being an obstacle. And this is the big circle. Big windup. I'll throw it from this angle first. Big circle. Straight across. Okay. This kick, I like it to make the big circle sometimes because if I'm stepping out of a situation, and sometimes when you come here and cut it short, somebody can stick their hands out and get in the way of it. And I always like everything to be clean. You know, I don't want my stuff to get touched or get messed up by somebody's hand. You know, somebody, not even trying, just do like this, and their hand gets in the way and they touch your technique and it's messed up. So, when you get it up here, it's up, big circle is all the way up here and it's cutting straight across. Which I'm taking it way to the outside and bringing it, and you have to make sure that you turn fast enough, otherwise it does run the risk of you step in on the wheel kick. If you turn too slow, making it that big, I'm going to turn again. Oh. It's, you can forget it. So, if you make the big one, it's usually good to step away, or step out, or if you catch them in between stepping, like he takes a step, then I turn. Because usually your body is going to make the step first before it lets you defend yourself. That's why you see boxers, they'll be in between the step, boom, and then they'll get knocked out. Because they're going to make that step first. For some reason, your reflexes will not let you block if you're in between the step. Okay, so the big one looks like this. I'm going to throw it at the camera. Let me throw it at the camera. Just goes a little bigger around. And that's it. Throw one to the side. And that's it.
Watching Grandmaster Gray's kicking demonstration on indefensible techniques for kicking through the guard.